Look who pulled up for a catch-up. It's really here from 947 Afternoons. And if you're here, it means you've got taste. Go ahead, enjoy the moment you missed. But don't ghost me. Weekdays, 12 to 3 p.m. on 947. I'm loud and way more fun in real time. And yeah, there's more audio magic waiting for you right here on Prime Media Plus. 947 Drive with Tundo.
Weekdays, 3 to 6 p.m.
It's Naked Real Talk. We do it every Thursday where we unpack real car questions, no fluff, no sales pitch, just everything cars covered. Cece, what are we talking about today?
Well, before we get into that, I'm sure you all know what Naked is by now. You see the billboards, you see the adverts, you hear them. But listen, Naked is an insurance app that gives South Africans all the cover with none of the hassle. I'm talking instant comprehensive car insurance, faster, easier claims, 24/7 roadside assistance, and of course, lower premiums. Visit naked.insure right now. Get a quote in 90 seconds and see how much you'll save. Cover your car, your home, and stuff. Get Naked Financial Technology is an authorized FSP. So, we all have that friend, right? Who, when you tell them there's something wrong with your car, they say, I know a guy.
Yes.
I know a guy.
Yes.
My wife has had that, used to have this old car. This Toyota that always used to break down. She refuses to get rid of it. She'll just fix it.
It was her first car, right?
Yes, first ever car. It still sits in the garage at home. Anyway, it kept breaking down. My friend Toby told us about his mechanic.
Of course.
Who would come to our house at least once a month. And eventually I was like, this guy's just doing it so he can get extra money from me. He's not really fixing the problem.
It's like, the potholes or, the pipe problems in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys who get the tenders don't want to fix it because then the tender's over.
Yeah, the job is done.
Yeah.
Now how can I get more money? Same thing happens, I guess, with larger institutions. That's why Kumbi is here. Welcome back,
Kumbi
brother.
in the building.
Come on! Smelling like wealth, Kumbi is.
Oh, thank you. Stop
Yeah,
it.
he's clearly not using mechanics on the side of the road.
No, he's going to accredited people, which brings me to my question, brother. How do you decide which places to take? Of course, yes. Preferably, you want to take it back to the dealership if you can, and they can fix it. But there are a lot of places that do. There are mechanics. I can name them. I don't want to, but there's a lot of reputable places that also are mechanics. How do I know that I'm going to get the job done right?
So, importantly, you need to take your car to an RMI approved workshop. So
RMI?
This is the retail motor industry. So it's a board of where every mechanic or anything that will replace your car, fix your car, they have said we have certain standards that we will abide by, right? And even like in terms of servicing, you can take your car. You don't have to take your car to a Toyota or whatever it is. You can take it to an RMI approved workshop, and you will still get the same service as you would have gotten at obviously your OEM, right? So this is where I always tell people, take it to an approved. Don't take it to Kumbi. I'll always try to obviously keep the business flowing to me. That's just a human nature thing, right? Yeah. Whereas you take it to somebody you can hold accountable to, that is, that abides by certain standards. That is the most important thing. And I think even in terms of, you mentioned the Toyota and it kept mechanic kept coming back, etc. There's something wrong also there, because why is the Toyota constantly breaking down?
It's also like 20 years old. It's very old. It's like 20 years old.
How do you know if a mechanic is RMI accredited?
Approved. Yeah, so they will have every documentation. You can walk in and they have all these, certificates from the RMI industry where they literally certified them. Or you can literally just get onto the RMI website and you can get that information as well to see if they are accredited.
You said hold them accountable. Yeah. How do I do that? Because here's the thing. I take my car in because my fan belt is not working. Sure. I come out, my radiator all of a sudden is not working. Yeah. Something went wrong in that whole process.
Correct.
How am I holding them accountable?
So let's just go back slightly before we speak about that issue, right? I think it goes back to what we touched on last week, Tando, in terms of you need to also check your car yourself, right? And it goes back to even in terms of, when your services are scheduled, exactly what's meant to happen. Like, do go a little bit extra yourself, so you know that a 10,000 kilometer service is just oil or whatever it is. And, say 90,000 kilometers is supposed to be my fan belts, my timing belts or whatever it is. And then if now a mechanic is saying, listen, it's a 15,000 kilometer service and your timing belt is off, or your brake pads needs changing, etc., like that, then you must know that there's something wrong.
Something's off.
Then say, you know what, I want a second opinion. They haven't touched your car. Also, you can't be surprised and say, listen, your radiator is blown and there's nothing we can do, so we have to change it, etc. It doesn't work that way, right? You need to essentially get a second or a third opinion before they can touch your car.
I've heard of stories where people take cars to the mechanic and there's parts that are missing. Yeah. What right of recourse do I have as a consumer?
So this is where the RMI then comes in. Then you can essentially lodge a complaint and they will go to that workshop or repairer mirror and say what exactly happened. You need to have an entire quote. I mean, it's a process that's lodged from what they started touching on your car. They literally write it down. Listen, we took off Tando's wheel. They'll write that down. We took out this part. So for them to get to certain parts that were not on the obviously on the code, or adding stuff that are not on the code but it's not on the report of what they worked on your car, that is something sketchy as well.
I mean, it's not just these third-party repair places. I remember the car that I had that I'm always complaining about.
The BMW 2 Series.
I remember taking it for...
Really?
I remember taking it in because all of a sudden my aircon wasn't working. They told me a bunch of other things that were wrong, which I'm like, this car is only 2 months old. How is that possible? So I feel like they're always trying to get something else from you.
So it's usually, you know what, I don't want to say it's usually the case, right? But you get in some instances that you might have been the problem them, CZ. You find maybe you could hear there was something wrong, but you just thought to yourself, you know what, it'll sort itself out. It'll sort itself out. You probably playing music loud. You just thought the problem would go away. It was a convertible.
I couldn't really hear.
Exactly. So that is also the problem, is that we don't take our own preventative measures. The moment that you notice there's something wrong,
it's like you would your body, right? So the minute you see that something is off, you go and you see a doctor, you get medication, whatever. And the same should apply for your car.
Exactly.
For your car related question, give us a call 011 88 38 947. We'll give you 1,000 rands in cash, all thanks to Naked. If you just tuned in, it's Naked Wheel Talk on 947 Drive with Tando. You can cover your car, your home and stuff in seconds. Get naked. And today we're speaking going to a mechanic, and like if your friend knows a guy who knows a guy, if it's a good idea. And I think we've established that's a bad idea.
Horrible idea.
Unless of course they are RMI approved.
What if my friend works at a place that's RMI approved, but he can come do it at your house?
He is not RMI approved. The workshop is RMI approved.
Okay.
So it's not an individual.
It's not an individual, no.
So essentially nobody should be coming to your house to fix your car.
And I mean, right now the times are changing, Tando, right? Where you've got people who service your car, literally the dealerships, they'll drive to you and service your car there. I mean,
Ford does that.
Exactly. So I've seen more brands also doing that. So it's not like nobody should come to your house, but I mean,
like a guy.
A guy. I mean, a guy is
a
just
guy
a bit.
I know.
A guy you know under the tree. Nah.
Yeah. No. Faith. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tandem team.
What's your question you got for Kumbi?
I want to know, how do I know my car was serviced?
Ooh.
Good question.
As somebody who knows nothing about cars, you've never opened up your bonnet. So how do you know Gucci they did the job?
So usually what they're meant to do after service, right? They are meant to actually give you your old parts. Your oil filter, your brake pads, whatever they replace in your car, they'll put it in a plastic and literally leave it in the front passenger seat.
What?
And I feel like a lot of people have just kind of stopped doing that, because now you're telling me you changed my oil filter, my air filter, but where is it? I need to see that it was actually old. I need to see that my brake pads were actually worn. Right now they just dump them out. It's up to me then to say, okay guys, I've seen that you guys serviced my car, and here's the proof. You can then throw it away.
So are there instances where they then invoice like say your brake pads or whatever, saying they were worn, but there's nothing to show for it because they actually didn't need repair?
Exactly. And this is why a trustworthy and a workshop that actually values their clients will actually call you before each and every major thing like brake pads or shock absorbers. Like said, they'll literally call you and say, listen, we want to do this. Do you have time to come in and see? And once they do it, then they'll show you. They'll put it in your trunk or whatever it is. Whether it's literal gearbox components, whatever it is, they are meant to give you back those things.
I had no idea.
Neither did I. Because my thing is like, it looks like it's been serviced.
Exactly.
It's a little bit shinier.
All the lights are off.
Yeah.
All the service lights have all gone off. So I'm assuming, they've done their job then.
And sometimes, you can feel that aircon blasting really cold. So you think, oh my word, so now my car's been serviced. Exactly. So at that time, it's just an aircon regas.
Faith, for your car question, we're going to give you 1,000 rands in cash. Thank you for your question, Faith. Enjoy that $1,000, all courtesy of Naked Wheel Talk. Kumbi, insightful as always. We'll do it again next week, Thursday.
Let's do it next week, Thursday.
It's Naked Wheel Talk on 947 Drive with Tando, powered by Naked, the easy insurance app that gives South Africans instant comprehensive cover at lower premiums. You can visit naked.insure now and get a quote in 90 seconds. See how much you'll save.
947 Drive with Tando.
Weekdays, 3 to 6 p.m.